Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and move right on to the Tell Your Tale talk, just so that we don't give somebody a chance to gloat. You know, let me clear that out here.
Oh.
But yes, Tell Your Tale, episode 55, Bridal Woodstock.
Pick with that picture of Alpha Biddle. Oh my god.
I guess she's gonna have to get used to it. I mean, he is banging her mom.
Yeah.
Alpha Biddle is basically sacking the queen, so of course she's gonna have to get used to it.
Oh, Posey and that one. Oh, God.
Everything is fine.
Everything is fine.
Everyone's getting drunk.
There is no war in Bossing Say.
So let's go ahead and talk about the episode as much as we can, and I do say that because this is actually kind of surprising. Derpy Baru only has 3 pages worth of images about this.
How?
Wow.
I'm as surprised as you. Usually there are at least like 4 or 5 or even 6 into this. Why it's just 3 is weird.
Me?
Did everyone not remember this was coming out?
I don't know.
Apparently not.
More than I did? Because I forgot it was coming out.
So, of course, it starts off with Pip doing her amazing pippiness. I'm not gonna lie though, make your mark with the rainbow wings that they have going on with her fluffy wings. I love it, absolutely love it. They do a pretty good job translating it and Tell Your Tale, but make your mark really does make it look so much more interesting. But
Right,
yes,
fluffy
Because
wings.
it's
Is this,
especially modeled in the 3D format, which made it more unique for some reason.
is this a wing cover, or did she actually color
She
all
colored-
of her feathers?
it looks like she actually colored all her feathers, kind of like
Or
with
they
the
could
kind of
make
like with
powder, we
the
don't know.
kind of like with that colored powder stuff that they usually have for some of the for the festivals for in India. I don't quite remember what it's called, but usually people like hit each other with colored powders. It's all in good fun. I might want to add. So yep, it looks like what Pip is deciding to do for this the concert, other than the fact that she's running the whole damn thing. So yeah, she's talk about overextending your abilities here. She is actually getting everybody all gussied up, dressed up, colored up, and stocked up for the convention, for the concert, and that means everybody.
Why you have jazz moves and Rockefeller helping you.
Oh God! Oh, why? I love this. I'm not gonna lie. I love this, but this reminds me so much of some of the older people that I see in some of the cons. They have this old gray beard and long hair, and then they have these stripes of color, and it looks amazing, but it's just such a funny thing to see.
He just wants to be hip with the kids.
That might be me someday.
But it'll be all of us someday. And sooner than we think too. But it's still just amazing to see though.
Circuit, you only feel as old. You're only as old as you feel.
Dude, I mean, we're still gonna be hip and cool, but let's face it, we are gonna have some gray hairs. That's all I'm talking about. We're gonna have colored gray beards, but we're still gonna be freaking awesome.
What you do is you find all your gray hairs and dye them all individual colors.
I will give so much credit to whoever does that. That is
easier just to try and color it all at once.
Oh, Zip
Or
has
just do
a dog collar on her arm.
And of course, we gotta also remember that Pip is a social media star, so of course she has to give her expression that leaves imaginations to fly.
I thought it'd be bigger than that.
Oh, wrong image.
Oh.
Somebody apparently has a fetish. Okay, we're gonna move on.
Careful there, man. You got all
Yeah,
this
you know,
stuff.
That's why I
Grimace
stopped.
shakes. You thought it'd be bigger.
Oh.
Moving on.
So yeah, of course, we did get to see all the styles that she gives every pony there. Even Posey gets a nice little look there.
And it's all for free because I'm an influencer and I do good stuff out of my own heart.
No, it's because the ticketing prices were so obnoxiously high that they can afford to do them for free. Because it's not. It's not for free.
It's Mr. Shoes.
And of course, Pip has to show off. And what else does she do to show off? Why? She sprays random hair color into the air.
Not the ice.
Just basically goes, "Fuck you, ozone layer. We're gonna do this until the Earth burns."
Hold your breath or watch out.
Don't light a match in this air. I swear to God. It won't,
But of
it won't
course,
end well.
that's when we come up with the big problem. She's out of hairspray.
Good.
How will everyone's dues be kept up now?
Then immediately she has to come up with a YouTube apology video. "I'm so sorry. I thought hairspray was eternal. I'm so sorry."
My mother lied to me.
So, of course, Zip also has to inform her, "Yeah, sorry, apparently you're even out of your back supply. Apparently a bunch of raccoons took it. No idea why."
You're stealing it for Opaline.
But there are some very fabulous looking raccoons over here.
Oh, yeah. Very well colored. So, of course, she...
It's like... Fudge.
So, of course, Sunny has to come up to her. "You know, you could just go get the supplies you need. We can hold down the fort." Pip, of course, says, "I'm small, not stupid."
I'm an influencer. You are normies. You won't know how to handle my crowd.
But, of course, she finally relents and gives everybody their assignments. Okay, Zip is going to handle some Instagram posts. Izzy is going to handle styling because she knows crafty stuff. And all the rest of you just do other random stuff. I forget what everybody else is doing. I think Hitch had something to do with mud masks. It's like, sure, we can take care of all that, even though you literally took all the supplies and you're trying to get supplies for more stuff. We can handle all that. Makes perfect sense.
Something about this episode and the way Izzy is done, it feels like she has just a little more chub than she's had before.
Well, she overate.
They might be leaning into the
in
small.
her cheeks more than her body.
I think they're leaning more into the small.
No, Izzy.
Oh, okay, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Of course, Pip has to give one notice. "Hitch, if you dare flirt with anybody, I will make sure your dragon daddy becomes a dragon eunuch."
No, I'll make sure that your dragon has nowhere to go but an orphanage.
Well, in either case, whatever her threat is, it apparently does have Hitch very concerned.
I swear to God, I'll chop it off if you fuck up.
And then immediately, we run out of pictures. I'm actually not kidding here. The Dirt Big Burger post
like
literally ends about there.
I'm a dirty girl.
Honestly, I'm wondering if I need to wait until next week to try to talk about the rest of this. It doesn't. It feels like this shouldn't be this short. Am I losing it?
Are we gonna have a first ever part 2 next week of the same episode?
Hold on, let me double check here. Bridal would tell your tell. In fact, the weirdest thing is the Tell Your Tell episode 55 has less than. Why is there so little?
Actually, have you tried looking on all alternative sites for this, like Google?
No, I usually don't Google the images because they don't have that many images except for promo stuff.
You might be surprised this time around. I'm just spitballing here. Because weirder things have happened.
You know,
Quiet, Lacey.
I think in this case, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put a hold on this for this week. As much as I'd like to, as much as I don't like to suddenly just say, you know what, we're gonna have to give it a week. I think we do have to give it a week. I don't know why it suddenly stopped short, but there's not enough images. I don't have enough time to clip them out, and if I start trying to play the episode itself, I think I might get in trouble here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Speaking of that gift right there, that streak in her mane is pretty, makes her pretty fabulous.
Let's see it. That was a perfect caption pick. I know there are so many great caption picks in this. I actually do like it.
At least they weren't slacking in that area.
Anyway, we're just gonna go ahead and leave this as is for the moment. We'll come back to this next week. Hopefully, everybody will have a chance to catch up on the episode 2, and we can figure out why the pictures are missing, or why there isn't more. I keep feeling like there's a reason is I didn't click something right, but the only problem is even the spoiler for Tell Your Tale 55 just has the same amount. So yeah, I don't know.
145 pictures.
Yeah,
I just thought of this. Are you using safe or not filters or no filters? So we're looking up for both pictures.
No, it just ends there.
I'm at a default, which would spoiler the thing, but outside of spoiling it, it shouldn't hide anything.
Okay, I was just checking if you checked all avenues through Drippy Pro.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, this is
It's definitely unusual.
weird.
Is it because
I
of
see
the
some of the
upcoming 4th
webms
of July
of
holiday?
later in the episode further as I go in, but yeah, these the picture ones that you usually pull from, it just ends.
Well, this did come out a few days ago, didn't it?
It did come out a
Last
few
week.
days ago, but technically on Thursday. But yeah, that should have been more than enough time to get images and everything.
Well,
You know what?
given that,
I'm just gonna
4th of
chalk it
July
up.
was coming up in
I'll go
Canada.
ahead and chalk it up to randomness. We'll come back to this next week.
That's just my theory, anyways.
A pony theory. Thanks for waiting. Anyway, let's go ahead.
Yeah,
We'll go ahead and
I
move on then.
guess that whoever was doing the uploading, something broke in their program.
Maybe that's it. Yeah.
And I
Well,
can't even tell them because they upload as background pony.
wow, that's even worse. Well, maybe they are aware and they'll get it fixed up throughout the week, or who knows? Maybe somebody else will pick up slack. Hard to say.
Or maybe the main uploader who was doing that was on vacation right
Well, anyway, this gives us a little more time to talk about the book RPG, which I'm actually a little bit happy for because I was worried that we weren't going to have time at all. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, really quick, I am going to mention I did get this for free with my pre-order of the book RPG, of the deluxe version of the book RPG. However, I am not going to distribute this. I do want people to try to...
Also, you don't want to be hit with a cease and desist.
Well, yes, I don't want that either. But take a, if you're interested, buy the book. Support the people. It helps them create more stuff like this. In fact, they are making more stuff like this. Literally last night, an announcement was made that they are working on an expansion to this book RPG.
Wonderful.
So you can already assume that you're going to have more content to come.
Give me chimeras or give me death.
Here we go. Let's go with the
Give me
2-page view here.
Clyde, give me boredom.
We're going to go ahead with the 2-page here.
Go a little bit quicker.
Okay, it's still loading things
Poor
up.
rule
Oh.
book.
Okay,
What is
so
the rule? Like,
On the present day in Equestria.
okay, right now I think my PDF reader is screaming.
It's a little bit wonky.
It's a little bit wonky and screamy. Anyway, speaking of which, I do have a link to this in the backstage if you guys want to follow along or make any comments on anything.
I got my
I'm
book.
gonna stick with the stream.
Yeah, for legal reasons, I would say let's not scroll through the whole book. Let's
No, I'm just gonna jump from thing to thing here because I do want to talk about some of the things that I did see, notice, things like that. But also, the text here is so small and it's being obscured in some ways. I think we should be fine
Yeah,
for the most part.
not a lot of people will be able to read.
Whoops.
Make your...
So let's start off with what it did right at the beginning here. Geez, this is a nightmare anyway to scroll through. So
It might have been easier just to keeping it as a one-page go.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe I will do that. Okay, single page, because apparently I don't have Adobe Reader and Bing sucks. All right. So a fun thing is right at the beginning it gives you a story of 6 random ponies basically going about their day when they call to adventure, quite literally from somebody running into the door saying, "Hey, let's go on an adventure."
Hey, look at this creepy part of the woods that nobody ever talks about.
Yep.
Okay, sure.
Of course, the really funny thing about this is you get this little story, and then immediately after you go through your table of contents, you get a fun little introduction about the book RPG as well as what the whole goal is from Pinkie Pie, essentially. So it does kind of a self-narration of Pinkie Pie, or Pinkie Pie as told by the book RPG producers, on what the whole My Little Pony role-playing is chaos, or in this case, the My Little Pony role-playing game is all about, including making the pony, game master, questing, rolling dice. You get a really general idea of how things are supposed to work and what is included in the book. Now, the
I'm kind
one
of sad I didn't get the dice, but I remembered how much they were wanting for them, and I'm like, no.
Oh no, the dice are fun but stupid, so
Yeah.
I can't blame you. Now this book uses a I don't think it's like the Renegade 20, but it's like a 20 system of some sort that
It's a very similar thing, I think.
It's
yeah, D20.
it's very similar to the D20 system, but yeah,
Yeah, I'll be back in a bit. Someone needs my help.
All right.
But yes, the fun thing I do like about the book is you get so many combination of things. It looks like a combination of both clips from the show and different reference images. You get it looks like images that were self-made by the people,
Yep.
and in
It's like
some
a lot of
and in some cases, I believe some of the images are actually from comics as well. So it's like they used references from all over the G4 ponydom there.
The official one at
Yeah.
the very least.
Now, to start off, of course, you got the general character creation that they had or have is pretty basic. Unicorn, Pegasi, Earth Pony. That's it. They each have their pros, their cons, and of course, nothing else. I did find this one a little bit interesting, as with the pros, with the. I don't recall if Tales of Equestria did just that. I thought Tales of Equestria also included at least a few other creatures, not just the three pony races. Anyway, after that, then of course they talk about creating the background, the origins, cutie marks, of course your class, and the fun thing is hang-ups. Your pony can have different abilities, but can also have hang-ups because of this.
yeah, basically like quirks or setbacks or whatever in other games.
Yep. They are pretty fair about this, of course. The first influence, you don't have a hang-up in regards to it. The influence basically being kind of what their attitude is like, or kind of what kind of pony they are. At the same time, the hang-ups also give you that little quirk which causes a stumbling.
Okay, second I did a quick look, and the Tales of Equestria only added alicorns instead of just unicorns, Pegasi, and S-ponies.
Oh, well, there you go then. Yeah, there were no alicorns in this book. I can tell you that much already.
My abominations. Come on now, people.
But anyway,
Death, you know that's more or less in the fandom.
but of course
Yeah, that's true.
they do kind of restrict this. They do encourage you to only have 1 or 2 influences, maybe get a third later on, but no more than 3, and any influences you get above 1 should also come with the hang-up. So like with Bookworm, they are really good about getting through a library, looking through books, things like that. However, they also have the hang-up where if they can get lost in a good book, or where they may actually take longer to research things just because they're really enjoying it, or they get distracted by other books, things in books really easily. But yeah,
I enjoyed the business savvy one. It looks like a lot of fun and annoying to play for some people.
yeah, but they got a lot of funny ones in here. Book ballers, business savvy, crowd pleaser, futurist, intense.
Yeah.
You can literally have a pony that's just constantly intense.
Just like you got that aura about you.
Oh, you scare the shit out of me. Yeah.
You know where they're coming before they even open the door.
Good Lord, she's coming! Oh no, she's mad.
Ah!
Then, of course, from there, oh, hey, we got the perfect one for Cole. Will obsession. Oh my god, how did I not see this till now?
It is Cole.
They actually have will obsession. How is this in here? How is it? I didn't even.
In fairness, second, Chatty is very much my personality influence.
Actually, this is hilarious. The hang up for will obsession. If you're actually in a vehicle but you're not the driver, you actually you suffer snags on skill tests because of it. You basically get so upset you goof up.
Of course, the train is the image.
You're the transporter. You must be the driver. That's amazing.
Right now, like 20 pages in, and we're still going through influences. That's the last one. Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and jump into this right now.
That's a lot.
This book is big. This book is 300 pages plus.
Yeah.
Tales of Equestria was half of that. And
of course, a lot of this looks like it's made for much simpler gameplay in a fashion, because they're like, here's this, here's what it does, put on your character and go to the next thing.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It even once you get to the elements of harmony, it sets out, okay, here's the level 1 and trait you can take. There's level like 6. It's basically a lot of perk stuff afterwards. So this is.
Anyway, yeah, it does set things down really easily on how to create a character. However, at the same time, it seems to be a little bit more advanced than Tales. So I would compare Tales of Equestria to be a really beginner friendly RPG. This feels like it's kind of gotten more into the advanced territory. So it might be a good midway between between Tales and Pony Finder, or some of the other ones like D&D, or some of the other big name ones.
Mm-hmm. I'd almost compare this to D&D 5e, just how you kind of just go through, slot something into your character and go on to the next thing.
Yeah.
It's overall pretty simple. It's just a little bit bigger than some of your standard other simple RPGs.
It definitely takes a little bit more effort, but there's a lot in there too. So you can customize a lot more than you could in the Tales of Equestria.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you also get your spirit, or you basically decide what element your character falls under. So, yep, the 6 elements can make a comeback once again.
Can I just be one of those people where I just have no butt mark at all and just be a gremlin, like all my characters?
I sincerely doubt it.
Oh, you doubt.
Actually, well, they already did mention that the possibility of making yaks and things like that. You just, you still basically encompass a spirit. You just don't have a butt mark.
Yeah,
so, you could be
just talk to your GM about that and go from there.
You talk to your GM. You may have like an origin, quote unquote, story of how your character decided what kind of person they want to be, even if they do want to just literally be a gremlin.
Like my croc Bailey, she's just an absolute gremlin. She annoys everybody because she's just so full of life.
Oh my god. That's even funnier. Okay, this page right here, I honestly wasn't sure about this, but now this confirms it. They goofed up the printing.
Ooh.
It's not a bad goof up, but Twilight's Eye is completely wrong.
Kind of low, ain't it?
It's a very
in the book they layered it weird.
It's really weird. They obviously fixed it here, but that is funny.
Yeah, in the original prints, there's a they forgot a mask a layer or something there.
Yeah.
I can take a quick picture to show everybody else.
Go right ahead. But yes, then you go basing your character's strength, their speed, their skills, but based off of that. Yeah, of course, we're skimming a lot of this because we don't want to go too in depth, mostly due to time and also to avoid possible issues. Because we are literally scrolling through the book as we speak.
Come on.
And of course, we have the general perks. Every character can have a few different perks that give them that little bit of specialness. Of course, some of them are actually gate locked behind things such as magic, spellcasting, being smart enough. So you can't be a dummy and educated. You got to be smart. You got to have these smarts.
I love playing uneducated characters. It just leaves so much more creative thinking.
And of course, because they have to, spellcasting magic as its own separate section. Granted, you don't have to be a unicorn to have magic specialization. Just don't expect to also be slinging spells if you're an Earth Pony. You're probably going to be more into potions and things like that.
Yeah.
And of course, the book RPG also does lay down ground rules in regards to things like alicorns and artifacts, things like that. Basically, don't expect your character to be making artifacts because they're bored one weekend.
I do love when the general perks is just wealth.
Actually, I do find that how they managed money in this game is actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of a game system I played a while ago where you just have levels of wealth, and if you have that certain threshold, then the gym will just say, well, you can get it, you have it.
Yeah, pretty much. Just like, I want to get some food from that restaurant. What's your level of wealth? I'm waiting in line for bread. Ooh, you better take a
Go through the dumpster, find that stale stuff, man.
But the fun thing is that even if you take a fault and your wealth goes down, it can be recovered over time.
Yeah, it can be brought back.
Yeah, though I don't know if there's any way to increase the wealth too. So, but
there is, at least in the other game systems I was in, there was ways, but that generally meant you had to go out of your way to gain more wealth too.
Yeah,
it was like almost a mission on itself to get that, because those things are that each level is incredibly powerful every time you go up.
Also, just going through here, looking at like the skill die, I like that they explain, okay, this is what this all means.
Yep. But the wealth system, I do like it, and they basically go off of the everybody has at least a kind of a universal income, as it were. Everybody has enough that they have a place and they can eat. It's just, some can be more well off than others just because of what they do or how their businesses are. Things like that. But you can also go down just because of bad fortune or because you decide you want to do something stupid. Anyway, they also did mention armor doesn't tend to normally be a thing, but they do give you information for armor at least.
Just get the tough hide perk or something. Problem solved.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's in this game.
They even have pets, which is nice. Nice little. You can even have an army of kittens for doing horrible things.
Be a druid, like you always wanted to be.
Be the druid you wanna be.
Go sick your animal friends on a city or something.
Actually, I like it even more when they mention the size category. Like, you can have like a tiny dragon or a huge rabbit as a pet. I'm just imagining, what if you had like 10 tiny hydras? Just little hydras running around biting everybody in the ankle.
It'd be probably one of those incredibly rare checks you'd have to roll for to find.
Yeah. No.
Or it's like, okay, you need to roll above a 50, sir.
Or the GM is going to make sure you have every single animal perk on your thing before you can do it. Yeah.
And of course, there's always the thing where it's like, I want it. The GM will just say, no, you can't have it. It's not around here.
And yes, you can actually have your own house, have your own rooms, upgrading them and stuff like that. Yeah. Just a fun little thing. It's an advanced rule, though, so if you don't care about it, you don't have to worry about it.
Circuit, we need to play this game.
We do, but I'm not gonna GM it. I just don't have the time. So, I mean, right now I literally do not.
Neither do I. I'm busy working on my vehicles.
Anybody want to GM for us?
Coal Dust, please, GM.
Your only hope, Goldust. We're all too lazy
We're
and bad at
busy.
sport. We're lazy and tired and bad at
You
sports.
think he has the time?
No, I don't think he does either.
I don't think most of us have
Yeah.
time. Also,
Gotta go through the most busiest people first and then work down.
Anyway, just to give everybody a bit of a giggle here are the size classes. You have minute, which is about the size of a large insect, and they go all the way to titanic, which is the size of Tantibust.
Give me. I want the Titanic.
Granted, this is also in the villains in conflicts. But
Okay.
I don't care. Give me a pet Tantibus.
Yeah, give it to me. I'll feed it and give it belly rubs and bathe it every day.
Of course, bingo, Pony Book RPG. It's less and more about the combat and more about the conflict. You can still
Also,
you can still have villains and things like that, but yeah, you're not going out to raid a dungeon and beat the crap out of everybody in sight. Or maybe you are. I don't know. It depends on what your GM does.
This honestly kind of strikes me more of like I hate put it, but it's kind of like a political game system in a way, where they don't expect you to go and fight and beat the big old bad guy. They expect you to talk somebody down more often than not.
Yeah, but you can fight it, and there
They
are.
expect you to do the diplomacy game, but you try and go do the we're gonna fight everything game, and then you wonder why you're dying in every fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically, you don't want to do the murder hobo scenario.
Yeah, because they're like, armor is very rare. Weapons are not that common. Your
And
social score is actually kind of important here.
and a lot of your skills are more about talking and handling animals, and trying to negotiate. Granted, yeah, you can also have a wicked back kick in case somebody really needs to be floored. Yeah.
What
But
is the saying?
Speaking of which,
talk
yeah,
softly but carry a big stick.
essentially yes. Talk softly and carry a big stick. You're not just carrying a big stick and yelling at people. You're actually having to. You gotta be mindful. Granted, yeah, you could still go murder hobo. It just probably won't work too well on this. Plus, it won't work well at all because you can't kill anybody. There actually is the mechanic is when they run out of health, they are defeated, as well as you. There's no way to die per se, but they are defeated, which means they are unconscious, unable to argue. Basically, defeat can come in more ways than their health. It could be their mental capacity. You could actually outwit them so badly they're basically left in a stumper.
Just stunned.
Like there's like da ba da ba da ba da ba da.
Whoa, buddy.
Whoa, Nelly.
I almost wonder where if you get beat up so bad, do you have recovery times in this game, or?
You do have recovery times. Usually, if you're allowed a chance to rest and recover, that will heal you up, and there are other ways to heal up as well.
Yeah, I just barely got to the page for that.
Yeah.
It's always different in systems, like for
And I know I'm glossing over some things. I literally only had a chance to just kind of browse through things a little bit and try to get a general idea of how things work in this game.
Well, glossing over is good. That gives folks that want to go and get this book themselves so they can learn and play their own.
Yeah, but yeah, I am going to tell you, you can attack. It has it right here. You can make it an attack. You can fight. It's just that fighting is not your only thing.
Yeah.
Also, as I've gone to the friends and foes, the only thing that seems out is the fact that Spike has the movie design while everyone else has the show designs.
Oh no, you'll see all sorts of random designs all over the place. It's not even Spike that just has the movie. There's other ponies that you'll see movie designs all over. Like I said, they got a hodgepodge of everything in here, which is kind of amazing.
A little bit of everything.
Including a green
All
bear.
the time.
Green bear,
Looks
green
like
bear, green bear.
Looks like that Ursa Major did some weed.
It's fine.
Also, it's neat that they actually have diamond dogs.
Okay. Somebody forgive me for this one. It's not Ursa Major. It's Ganja Major. We're gonna go ahead and move on now.
I'd about to say just Circuit Bear. Come on now.
Circuit Bear. Okay, I like that. Circuit Bear's better.
Circuit Ursa.
Circuit the
Ursic.
bear.
Oh, it's an Ursic.
Circuit the Bear. Circuit the Bear. Walter Z can't come after me now. I can make the song as much as I want. Well, I really can't, but
Big
No, you
big bear
can't.
in the
You
green
can still
house,
use-
big house.
I can't actually use their direct creations, but I can
Yeah.
make my own Winnie the Pooh if I wanted. My
I
own.
kind of wish that they did have consequences for deciding to go more murder hobo than anything else.
There, you can't have
Yeah.
It can't be consequences on the GM. I mean, if you got a pony that's running around beating the crap out of everybody without talking to them, unless you're literally beating up an enemy horde, I imagine the town is probably going to stop talking to you at some point.
Yeah, I know, but like, there's a lot of game systems that I really like that, like, they actually encourage creative thinking and stuff like that, like Blaze in the Dark. It's like, no, do not go headlong into that. You will get messed up, and you're going to be spending months in recovery time trying to get that out of your system.
Well, here we go.
Avoid the town, bitch. It
Well,
won't
how
have
about we go with this? You got the size class combat adjustment matrix. Let's say you have your common pony here, and you decide you want to fight the Titanic Tanibus here. Oh, look, I think you might have a problem with a -4 forward stumble there.
I got this. Don't worry, it's fine.
Okay, don't worry, everybody. I got this.
In fact, did not happen.
We got this together.
I'm okay. Crunch. Still okay.
But of
Oh
course,
yeah, Winnie the Pooh has honey. You have me.
you also still have your object toughness, things like that. That's always a lot of fun things there. Rolls of 1. Critical failure.
I'm so excited to play my monk that cannot fight worth anything. We might be playing. We might be getting back that group either next week or next month. So.
Time.
Time.
Oh,
You'll never have enough time to do one of these.
I love just
So
getting
yeah,
through-
of course, this one I do got to give him credit. It's like, yeah, you're under a time crunch. Things are happening while you're doing your thing. So the world is not going to stand still while you complete your 5th side quest that you found.
Yeah.
This is not Final Fantasy. Get the job done.
I honestly love GMs where they give you like 2 or 3 quests and then you choose one. And if you go back expecting the other quest to be there, it's like, no, other people already took care of it. You had one chance. Sorry, buddy.
I'm sorry, but I
Also-
already had someone clear out those rats.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They
Ground
were
man.
in the way of doing business.
Oh, by the way, there's also vehicles. Yay! You can have a car.
Or train.
What?
Wow,
No,
a
well-
mile a minute.
Well, you got. I'm sure you got like taxes and things like that. That
My
are
Little
pulled.
Pony Cart Deluxe.
Also, second, since we might not reach it due to time, there is a section on running an adventure with Sess and Zero explained, which neat.
No, I'm working through it. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
you're
we're
saying,
going through it all.
Suki?
Yeah. Also, I call Gundam.
Yeah.
Yeah!
How long until somebody manages to break this game? I'm pretty sure somebody's already broken it.
We have
I call
already
it-
broken it.
There's
I
somebody
call
out
the
there that's already
Pokemobile.
broke it. I mean, where's the fun in breaking it though? I
I
mean-
only break game systems when I get really annoyed with people.
Oh,
People
yep.
breaks the fourth wall all the time. Why can't we?
Also, yep, you also still got to deal with falling, hostile weather, eating and drinking. Yeah,
Yep.
You also got plagues. You can actually get poison joked. Actually, they did mention what blue flu is here, which is fun. It actually does describe it as well as what the typical cure normally is.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
neat. Since I'm very far ahead, they did a nice layout on what the grid should look like for an image.
Also, really quick, just to add, they did also mention crafting as being an option. They make that a lot easier, though, too, which is nice. You know, instead of needing exact things, you just like, okay, I need to get some art supplies. Okay, there you go. You know, you get art kits, essentially. She's like,
Yeah,
okay.
that's basically part of what goes with the wealth system, where it's like, I need these things. Okay, well, you need to at least have this much wealth. Do you have that? Yes. You get the things.
Yeah.
So
it is really nice if you want to start trying to craft things and stuff like that. And of course,
Ooh, that's a good appendix.
For people that want a good legend, a legend of areas, they got pretty much all of Equestria, and I think they may have even added a few places that aren't part of the normal show.
You got a full map of Equestria too, as well as going up to the Griffin Lands and whatnot.
Yeah, it's all over the place, and you get a general idea of some of the more notable places. Though it is funny, Ponyville takes up the most of it compared to everybody else.
There's a lot in Ponyville for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
As well as it being right next to a basically a cursed forest. There's bound to be some fun stuff there.
And of course, the fun thing is you can also develop contacts and temporary allies and things like that. So yes, you can actually develop contacts with other NPCs, or they even have the main 6 and some of the other side characters that you can use. Not to fight your fights for you, they are basically there to either support or do other fun things. Give information, things like that. Yeah, you're not using Applejack as a summon, let's face it. Applejack, fight Titan!
She might win.
She probably would, but that's not what she's there for.
Yeah, she's no.
Yep.
No.
But yeah, they also have the CMC, Big Mac, random Big Mac. Oh, they even got the Nurse Red Heart.
Big Mac, can
Random
you give
Nurse
me
Red
some
Heart.
apples on discounts?
Actually, here's a random thing. You got random Royal Guard. You can have a Royal Guard as a contact.
Unless you're being a thief, then it'd be a foe.
Yep, which is even more funny because if you got enough allegiance points with them, you can request them to actually call in backup to basically have a bunch of Royal Guards swarm something.
Oh boy, that'd be fun.
SWAT team, go!
I will not go any farther into that.
I'm gonna leave that alone. Spot, and of course they also have to mention NPCs and random other characters and threats. Discord, Snip Snails, Bitacuda. Bitacuda.
I think you're getting to the monsters there now.
Yeah, we are getting to the monsters, but the funny thing is, along with the monsters, you also have the Diamond Dogs, the Dragons.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that croc.
The Hydra, actually, I realized Hydra has a really weird design when you really look at it in full.
Yeah. Well, it's like when you watched it in the show, I don't think it ever shown it fully. So.
Yeah, it doesn't really give you a chance to see it fully, but yeah, you see it full. It's like, this looks like something a 4th grader might have drawn.
I think that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
Their big thing for the original show was, how do we make these mythical creatures not scary to the kids that are watching it?
Yeah, but this is just borderline silly in a way.
Yeah,
Actually,
it doesn't look scary, does it?
I actually have something here. A while ago in a writing group of mine, they were discussing chimeras, and I showed them the MLP one. They went, all right, I love that style.
Oh, look, you can have ponies as foes.
A somewhat silly appearance actually is a pretty good compromise to have these creatures
right there.
in the show that or obstacles or adversaries against the main protagonists.
And of course, funny enough, you even have Celestia and Luna listed here too. But they also mention their counterparts like Daybreaker and Nightmare Moon.
I want Celestia and Luna as my foe. Please and thank you.
Grand Theft Pony.
Yes.
By the way, their threat levels are level 20, so they are a mess with them if you dare kind of situation.
See, that's where you play the heist games and whatnot, and just hide.
I will tear down your society norms and become the ruler myself.
And of course, I even dedicate an entire chapter to the GM if you decide to master a game, giving you an idea of session 0, how to make the game your own, balancing and breakdowns, campaign session, things like that. Basically giving you a straight.
Yeah,
and
Whirling Thunder.
Leave it at that and not
Go any farther.
beyond. It actually starts giving some story things, and let's leave those entirely not shown on stream.
Actually,
I mean,
I completely
Folks will
agree.
find them out when they play.
Yep, they.
Mhm.
Yep, if you really want to get a taste of it, but you don't want to make a campaign, or at least you want to try a pre-made one, they do have a Stealing Thunder adventure campaign that is full-on story. We're not going to talk about it, like they said. Instead, we're zipping right to the bottom.
Also, there is
You're invited.
Too far.
There is the appendix here.
That's
with
why
characters.
that's why they zip to the bottom.
Yep.
So they
And,
also in the back they have the appendix, which also includes This is really good to have the PDF personally. You have the character sheets as well as how the character looks, things like that. And of course, the 6 characters that they introduced in the opening story at the very front of the book, in case you don't want to make your own character and you just want to adopt one to get a general idea of how the game should work. You got Gilliam, you got Gilly or Gilliam. You know what? Hold on, let me do this backward. Let me do
From
this
the top to the bottom. Yeah.
All right.
And I just want to be careful that I don't accidentally
From the top,
overgo.
people.
That is good. Aurora's the star.
So yeah, you have Aurora Glow, Bubble Brew. I'm sorry, this looks like they made this out of a character creator. Here's one pony. Here's somebody completely separate but posed exactly the same.
Yep. Keep going.
I'm going. Featherfall, Diddy Riffs.
Diddy.
Diddy
Don't
Riffs.
say too quick now.
Diddy Riffs.
I was gonna say, damn, that's a badass name.
Yeah, what did Diddy do?
Diddy
Wow,
Diddy Riffs.
Our ice sparkles.
Night.
It is
Stormy
all-
Night and Gilliam or Gilly.
I'll play Gilly. I'm fine with
She
that.
is adorable.
I would be that little gremlin horse right there with paint splotches.
Great gremlin horse.
Paint horse.
But yeah,
He's a
that,
painted horse.
but that is the general idea of what we have for the book RPG here. There's a lot we glossed over, but that we're encouraging you. If you really are curious and you want to try it out, buy the book. They have PDF copies if you just want to go digital. You can get the physical copies now. I don't know if they have any more deluxe editions, but you should be able to put in an order for the physical normal copy, which is pretty much exactly the same. It just doesn't have a nice fabric bound purple book.
I don't have the money.
Yeah, you can't be special.
Yeah. And at the very back of the book, all in glitter, it says, "Magic makes it all complete."
It really is corny as all hell, but I absolutely
It's
love
very
it.
corny.
Granted, the back of the normal book is pretty much this, so.
So Philomena, Rainbow Dash, and Fluttershy looking and
Maybe she's actually screaming if you realize they're all falling to the ground.
Rainbow Dash, I can see your belly button.
A dirtier thought just came into mind.
That's why I said belly button. We're gonna move on now.
We're moving on.
All right, and with that is our thoughts on the Renegade Book RPG.
Places.
That Renegade RPG, I do like it. It looks interesting, and it does look like it's a step up in difficulty compared to Tales of Equestria. And they are expanding on it, so there is going to be at least another book coming out. Hopefully, more in the future. We will talk about the next one when it comes out. I still got to put in a pre-order for it, but I gotta actually get my job going first. So
I beg you.
first
I'm
things
heroes.
first. So yeah, I do encourage
Make that cheddar.
Once again, I do encourage you, if you really want to check it out, please, get it legitimately. Encourage the people.